All right, friends, we're back for part 6 of A Country Diary Christmas, using pages from the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden. And here's what we're going to need today. A little bit of distress ink, very little bit of cheesecloth, some ribbons, some lace, something to use for a tie, some paper clips. I prefer these vinyl covered ones because they don't get, the sharp ends don't get caught on your paper when you're taking them on and off. Some binder clips to hold people to hold paper together while the glue's setting up. A little bit of scrap of file folder, pencil, glue, scissors, and I can't remember what page this is. 2? Is it page 2? I believe it's page 2. So what we're going to do is make an altered paper clip. And I know that sounds fussy, but seriously, this is fast. So just sort of roughly trim around this big bird that's looking down. And then I'm going to glue him onto this. Here's a smaller scrap. Just going to glue them onto the file holder. Okay. Got a little bit smaller scissors. So I'm just going to fussy cut around this bird, and I'm going to chop his leg off. And I'm leaving, let's say a 1/16 of an inch around the outside edge. This part's the fussier part. The fussier part of fussy cutting. You've seen me do this before, using advertisements from vintage magazines, but this one is slightly different because of the placement of the tag, or sorry, the paper clip. But the same basic steps. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Now I need a piece for the back, so I am going to trace around with pencil. Whoops. Hold still, little bird. There we go. I hope you're enjoying this series. I've got several more projects to come, and just cut in just slightly inside the pencil line. Not on it, but slightly inside it, because you don't want it to overhang. And then I will be assembling all of these bits and pieces into a very special journal that I think you're going to enjoy. Recently had lots of new subscribers, so if you're new, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you enjoy what I'm offering in terms of content. around to the beak. Now I made a mistake on my prototype, so I'm just going to mark this as the inside so I don't screw it up like I did last time. I put the glue on the wrong side. It was a nightmare. I'm going to ink the edges front and back. Mostly because, you know, if the front should show a little bit, I don't want it to be stark, bright. I'm not going to say it's white because it's not white, but it would certainly be noticeable if it should happen to show a bit. Okay, now using a shorter paper clip, like 1.25 inches, an inch, either one is fine. I want you to hold it with the short loop on top, and here's the inside of the bird. So you're going to put the short part down in here between the wing and the tail. Got that? Okay. Now, I like to add a little bit of padding so that when the bird is glued to the backing, it's a little puffy and you can't see the paper clip between the layers of card. And I think this just makes a nicer finish. It's an extra step, and if you don't want to, don't. But for me, it's necessary. So I'm putting a lot of glue in that little hole there. I'm just gonna roll this little piece up. I just cut that a little shorter, and then stick it in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit more. And this time, I'm just going to fold this little scrap in half. I don't want it overhanging, so that's why I keep trimming it down, but I'm going to cover that whole thing like a bandage. Just make sure all the little threads are in. I mean, you could have the threads hanging out, and in fact, that might be a nice look, but that's not what I'm doing today. Alright, we're almost done. So now I'm adding healthy dose of liquid glue here, and again I like the Fabri-Tac. This is 3-in-1, which is, as far as I'm concerned, the same thing, because it really grabs quick. So pop your little birdie on top, and using these bulldog clips, put them around the perimeter so that it seals the edges really well. Okay. All right. Ooh, I got glue on me. Blech. Now you could use lace. I'm going, oh, I have more glue on me. Where did you come from, glue? I'm going to use the same seam binding as I used on the tall tags, just to kind of keep a consistent look. And I don't know, what's that, 5 inches? It's exactly 5 inches. I'm going to trim the ends so that they've got a little V shape. Okay, so I'm folding this in half. Flip your little birdie over, and I'm just going to slide the ribbon underneath, and then when I get to the end, I'll feed these two ends through like in a tag, right? Put the loose ends through the loop and pull them tight. Okay. And the glue is set up. Now let me show you what this looks like. So here we are with our page, and here's one of the little envelopes I made earlier. You pop that on like that, and the little bird holds it on. What do you think of that? I think that's super cute. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And again, come back for the episode number 7, see what we're going to do next. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.